Hey, Fashion Crossroads fans. So this is kind of a Wednesday wardrobing redo because I don't know what I did, but I managed to delete the video that I recorded for you guys last week on this topic, and it's such an important topic that I wanted to be sure that I had it on my YouTube page, which is where I put the videos after I record them for you guys. So we are going through again for the second time how you transition from determining if you're warm or cool to figuring out if you're a winter, summer, spring, or autumn. So first of all, I want to let you know we have a couple of important things. We are getting all ready for our live sale tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. I will be featuring this beautiful collection called Summer Blues. In our live sales, I try everything on. I talk fit, I talk fabric. You have a chance to watch and live and ask questions. And all of this is already on our online store, so you can go directly to the collection and make purchases, especially if you're out of town. That's super helpful. We are also going to be featuring our Shapeys shapewear from Canada tomorrow. So that is our best-selling shapewear line, and it's just to the right of me over here. So that is all happening tomorrow at 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So make sure you tune in for that. I also want to make sure you know that we are having fuzzies, chips, salsa, queso, and margaritas on Monday from 3 to 6 to celebrate spring. The sign up for that, it's the first day of spring actually. The sign up for that is on right here in our Fashionistas Facebook group. Just go to events, find the little picture of the margarita. There's a link in that event so you can sign up so we know that you're coming, so we make sure we have enough of everything. All right, so it's been such a horrible winter. We just thought we needed to do something kind of special for the first day of spring, and that just happens to be Monday. So from 3 to 6, that's happening here at Fashion Crossroads. We also have our Simply Trunk show happening this Saturday. There's going to be specials, store-wide specials in both stores that day. So if you don't have any plans on Saturday, you're going to definitely want to come in and check that out. We're going to have 17%, an extra 17% off our sale racks, which I have just marked down another 10%. So now they are 40 and 50% off. And we even have some 60 and 70% off, and those will be an additional 17% off. Lucky Sevens for St. Patrick's Day. And then also we are going to have 7% off Simply for the day only on Saturday for that VIP trunk show. So we'll have our Simply rep here, and she will have all of the fall samples so you can see the entire fall line from Simply and place special orders, because I don't order every single piece that they make for the store. All right, so that is all happening, so make sure you plan to be a part of that. All right, so I posted a picture of myself, a profile picture of myself, and I asked people to tell me if they thought I was a warm or cool. And most people thought I was warm. But I had my colors professionally done, and she says I was slightly cool. Slightly cool, rich, and woodsy. So these are the colors that she gave me. Now I want you guys to pay attention to the color analysis that we're going to look at tonight. Keep these colors in mind, and then tell me when it's all said and done what season you feel like these colors are most like, right? Okay, so that's my color palette. That's the colors that she gave me, which she called slightly cool. All right, so you've determined if you're warm or cool. The next step, oops, got pages falling out here. The next step is to figure out if you're light or dark. And that's pretty easy. Basically, light and dark is all about your hair and skin. If your hair is light, your skin is light, you're going to be a light. If your hair is dark, like brunette, like me, you're going to be a dark. That's important because that helps you figure out which season you're going to fall in. So if you're cool and deep or dark, you're a winter. If you are cool and light, you are a summer. If you are warm and deep, you are an autumn. If you are warm and light, you are a spring. So for me, as an example, I'm clearly a deep. So I am either going to be a winter if I'm cool or an autumn if I'm warm. Okay? So that's how that works. And basically that is just a value determination, and what it really comes down to is the pigment in the colors that will be in your palette. So if you're a deep, your colors are going to be more pigmented, have more color pigment in them. They're going to be darker, richer colors. If you're a light, they're going to be less pigmented, more of the icy colors, so heathered colors, softer pigmented colors. Okay, so that's where that comes in. So now let's take a look at the color palettes for each season. We will start out with a cool and deep, which is a winter. All right, so here are two great examples of winters, and I wanted to show that to you. She's a really, really good example. She's got the pale skin, the very, very dark black hair, and the eyes looks beautiful in that very kind of sapphire-y blue. And that's one of the things that we always think about when we think about winter, right? Is that they're the ones who look the best in the jewel tone colors. So let's look at winter's neutrals. So for neutrals, because you're cool, you're going to have silvers and grays and blacks. So you've got this great, all of these grays. You've got your charcoal gray, your dove gray, your medium gray. You've got pewter. That's pewter. You've got a black brown, so almost black, but not quite. And then you've got your dark charcoal, your black, your navy, and your very cool pink. Those are going to be all your great neutrals. Then here are your pinks. So you can see you've got your true fuchsia, true red, you've got your cranberries, you've got your burgundies, your emerald greens, your bright yellows, so lemon yellow, and then your blues. Again, you've got your bright turquoises, your pine green, teal blue, bright periwinkle, and true purple. Your preferred jewelry is going to be silver. Silver is going to look the best on you, so keep that in mind. Okay, so summer basically is cool also, but light. So we've got light hair, light skin. These are great examples of cool. So just keep in mind, if you're cool, you're not going to have any red or gold undertones in your hair. That's one of the primary ways to determine if you're cool. But remember, this isn't dyed hair, right? This is your natural hair. That's very important. If you're cool, the undertones in your hair are going to be ash, so more like a gray tone than a warm or a red tone. So summer, you're going to recognize a lot of the same colors. They're just not quite as dark. So with summer, we have our charcoals, our light grays. We still have a navy, but it's a little bit lighter navy. We have a little bit lighter blue, a gray blue. So summer's colors are going to have a little bit of a gray pigment to them that helps them not be so dark in their pigmentation, and that's a better value for a summer who has light skin, light hair. You've got your rose pinks, your rose, your deep rose, and then you have orchid, powder pink, soft fuchsia, so the fuchsia's still there, just a little softer. You've got your watermelon, so that's a great kind of little bit softer red. your blue red, your raspberry, your medium blue, still your bright yellow, the lemon yellow. Mint is a color that is in the summer palette but not in the winter palette. Powder blue, again in the summer palette, not in the winter palette. Clear aqua, you still have all your pretty turquoises, your soft teals. And then in this, on this page, you have your blue greens, your blue charcoals, again, gray mixed together, your true blue, your periwinkles, your spruce. So you notice there's no pine in summer's palette where there was pine in winter's palette. Amethyst, violet, purple, and then of course silver being your preferred jewelry color. All right, so those are the two cool palettes. Winter for the deeps, summer for the lights. All right, so now let's take a look at our autumn or warm palette. So warm and deep is going to be an autumn. Warm and light is going to be a spring. So here are two good examples of autumns. You can see we've got olive skin, we've got lots of gold undertones in the hair. Again, lots of gold warm undertones in the hair, in the skin. And then you can see a little bit of the gold undertones right there as well. You can see how beautiful they both look in gold and olive, two classic warm colors. Okay, so to begin with the warms, you're going to do ivory instead of white. White is going to not be a good color for you if you're in autumn. Creams, taupes, aubergine, which is a warm brown. Your turquoise, notice turquoise is in everybody's palette, but it's a warmer turquoise as opposed to a cooler turquoise. Your caramels, your khakis, your mahoganies, your golden browns, coffee brown, and dark brown. So lots of brown tones. So obviously if you are a cool, your neutrals are going to be grays and blacks and blues. If you are a warm, your neutrals are going to be browns, olives, and creams. And then down here we've got this aqua color. And then on the next page we have a peach, light peach, olive, that looks like black, but that's olive, salmon, so that beautiful warm peach color, bittersweet red, and tomato red, so warmer reds. And then terracotta, so the color of a clay pot, rust, buttermilk, again warm cream, yellow gold, so warmer yellows, marigold, which is really popular right now, and mustard, also really popular right now. And then you've got lots of greens here. So you've got your lime, but this is not a cool lime. This is a warm lime. Notice the difference. It's way more olivey. Light moss and moss green. Your bronze, your forest green, your emerald turquoise, gray green, teal blue, deep periwinkle, purple. These were both in the cool palette, but these are going to be warmer versions of those colors. Light gold, buff, coral, pumpkin, jade, and then of course gold is going to be your preferred jewelry color. And then here is a light autumn. So you can see again tons of gold highlights in the hair on both sides, warm blonde as opposed to cool blonde. You've got the golden undertones in the skin. A lot of autumns have green eyes, so that is something, if you have green eyes, you might likely be in autumn. So here are the warm and light colors. So again, you've got your ivories, your creams, your stones, so like a brown gray, your taupes, your bright periwinkles, caramel, khaki, light peach, peach, light orange, coral, mango, salmon, buttermilk, light clear gold, yellow gold, bright yellow green, and bright golden yellow. You've got your pastel yellow green, your buff, your light moss, your blue green, your light aqua, your clear aqua, your light navy, your clear red, light teal, and then look at those dark colors. That's kind of surprising to see those, isn't it? We've got bittersweet red, powder blue, medium blue, true blue, navy, deep periwinkle, mint, sky blue, violet, purple, and then all these warm greens and browns, and then of course gold being your preferred jewelry color. All right, so let's go back to my color palette and let's take a look, and I'll hold my colors up to the cool color palette, and I want you to see what you think. So let me get them fanned out here. All right, so here's my colors. Here's the cool color palette. All right, so take a look. Compare the two. See what you think. I've got, yeah, there's olive. I don't think that I see a whole lot of similar colors there. Chocolate brown, maybe. And she has me as having gold to be my preferred color. So now let's take a look at the warm color palette. Warm and deep. Let me fan these out again. I think she got it wrong, ladies. And I only realized it when I was doing this color analysis and I was thinking about these colors, and I'm just like, I just don't think that those look very cool to me. I think they look way more warm. So here is the warm palette versus mine. Let me go to this page. Hard to manage the book and my colors here. All right, let's take a look and tell me what you think. Does that look more right? Does that look like it goes better? Like I might be a warm instead of a cool? I'm super curious to see what you think, because after all, I paid good money for this this color palette. Just goes to show you it's never a bad thing to have a second opinion on things like this, right? Okay, so that is how you determine warm, cool, light, deep, winter, summer, autumn, spring. And there are websites out there that break this down even further, break this down into like 2 versions of autumn, 2 versions of summer, 2 versions of winter, and then get really, really specific and dialed down into the colors. And you can find those easily just by Googling, you know, color analysis or things like that. I'm using Color Me Beautiful as my kind of template for teaching this, because it is really the foundation of all of this. That book has been around a really long time, and everybody who has come and built out from that has built from this foundation. So I think it's a really great place to start to try to figure this all out. And remember, the reason that I think this is important is because as we do our closet clean out, and I was thinking next year I'm going to switch this up and I'm going to do color analysis in January and then closet clean out in February, because getting a good sense of your colors is really important before you do your color clean out, because then you can actually weed out the wrong colors that you have purchased for yourself. So I would recommend, if you did the closet clean out challenge in January, now you have your color analysis. You can print off, again, just Google, winter color palette, summer color palette, spring color palette. It'll give you images you can print off, and you can just take that into your closet and look and see which things are way off the charts, like not even close to what you should be wearing. And get those out of there, because they're not going to help you look your best or feel your best. So if you are struggling, do what I did. Take a picture of yourself. Try to do it without makeup. Do it in portrait mode in your phone, because it'll blur the background. And let us help you determine if we think you're warm or cool. And then we can even go a step further and help you figure out if you're light or deep, and then where you fit in the 4 seasons. All right, make sure you share this with someone who you think would enjoy this video and that this knowledge would be helpful for. And again, all of these videos, if you missed the first video on figuring out if you're warm or cool, you can find that on YouTube. That's probably easier than scrolling through Facebook to try to go back and find it in the feed. All right, it's Fashion Crossroads Inc. on YouTube. All right, you guys have a great night.